morning, everybody. Again, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. I'm really honored. When Chris and I were planning this event, I was hopeful to have a couple of people here. I think we've overshot that goal, so thank you. I promise we're going to have you out of here by 8:30. With any luck, we'll be done by about 8:20, and we'll have an opportunity to take advantage of what we have here, which is so many heavy hitters of our community in one spot that we can network. And then you can be out of here and be to work by 8:30. Again, Anthony Sizemore. I've been a police officer for 23 years. My title is Deputy Chief of Police. My other title is husband. My other title is father. And my best title right now is the Executive Director of our Police Athletic League. And that's why we're here today. It's a fundraiser for this organization. I'm going to talk to you about it and leave you with a good feeling. We're going to have a wonderful meal created, inspired, and prepared by Chef Shannon Yates. And the good news is it's going to be served in about 5 minutes or less, so you don't have to hear me. You can eat if you'd like. But we are a faith-based charitable organization, so I'm going to start with an invocation. If that's not your thing, I respect it. Just give us a moment of silence. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this opportunity to be here, to have all of these members of our community in one spot. I pray that you bless the food that we're about to consume and look over us today and our families as we go about our day and reflect your love and grace on the world. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. The planet is Shannon Yates, and he's helping make this happen today. And every good charity needs an accountant. And Jim Schwinard is here. I don't know where Jim's sitting. Jim has been instrumental for us. He's helped me go from $0 and a dream to get this going again, to a bridge from Michael Chapman's 501c3. We had an endowment. Jim helped us get our own 501c3. So now when we raise money, I'm able to take in checks. And the number one attribute of an accountant, he keeps me out of prison when I handle a lot of money. So if that's at the top of your list, I give him a call. I also want to mention one person before I get started here. We have one of our newest residents of Cape Coral is Coach Chuck Fawcett. Coach is he's the head man at Ida Baker football. That's been a little bit of a rudderless ship for a little bit, and we're very, very fortunate to have stolen him on a nationwide search. And the reason I asked him to be here is twofold. Coach Chuck was a PAL kid growing up, so he knows the value of this program and what we're trying to do. A little bio on him. From being a PAL kid, he went to the University of Maryland, where he was an All-American linebacker several times over. He was good enough to be drafted into the National Football League, where he played several years in the NFL, then began a coaching career in the NFL as an assistant. Decided to try his hand at Texas high school football. If anybody knows anything about that, Texas high school football is the equivalent to Ralph St. Alonzo in cooking. It's up there, all right? And not only did he take it on, but he became a champion. So when we did a nationwide search, we got him. And he was here, I want to say 8 hours he was in town. Yep. Jumped in a car, left his family to pack up, came here, actually rented a room on Craigslist. I talked to him about that. Don't do that. I said, number one, you woke up, you weren't in a bathtub full of ice missing a kidney, so that's good. We don't do that anymore, but joking aside, 8 hours in town, he hadn't even unpacked a box in his office at Ida Baker High School, heard about what we're doing, and we have a PAL football camp coming up at his campus with his kids for the youth. And he didn't even get started yet. I said, you know what are you doing on April 4th? I want you to be here. I want you to meet these people in the community and see that already he's one of us. He's a champion in the community, just like
Come out and see Ida Baker football.
Right. I see some of the food's coming out. Go ahead and dig in if you got it. A little history on our PAL program. It started in 1994. It's been around that long by then Chief Arnold Gibbs. And we operated like a traditional PAL program, just like the ones back home up north, New York City, Chicago, Philly, whereby we had the facility, we had the equipment, our officers were the coaches, and we ran essentially our own leagues. And we were very successful at that for many years. And then, like many of you in this room, something happened around 2008, 2009 that made everybody have to shift their business plan. The Great Recession hit us, And we had to do what you had to do. We had to take our ancillary projects, some of the quote-unquote feel-goods, and take those people, those staff, and those resources, and put them back into essential functions. So guys that were coaching boxing are now working patrol. And then after a short period of time, our program basically shuttered. And the unfortunate thing about that, those are the times, in tough economic times, where the Police Athletic League is needed the most. So in 2016, Chief David Newland said, we need to get back into this. I want to start the PAL program again, and we were at a board meeting, and like many board meetings we've been a part of, there's a lot of good ideas. You've heard there's no such thing as a bad idea. BS, there's a lot of bad ideas, right? So I'm hearing these different ideas come, and what the theme was is, let's go back and do exactly what we were doing that wasn't sustainable, which is a bad business plan. So having not learned how to operate the boardroom at the time, a couple of years ago, I said, no, don't do that. This is what you got to do. Bing, 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 bing. No, that's what you got to do. You own it. So it was actually one of the best things that ever happened to me. So what we did is we started from zero, had to rebrand, come up with a new business model. Sound familiar, guys? Yeah. So what we do now is we're essentially a conduit for already existing programs in the community. One of the things that separates Cape Coral from a lot of these other PAL cities is in New York City or Chicago or inner city Philadelphia, PAL is the Little League, it is the basketball, it is the soccer. They don't have the infrastructure and the award-winning programs that we are blessed to have in Cape Coral. So if we were to start over again and to do that, we'd essentially be raising a lot of money, buying infrastructure, reallocating resources, and then at the end of the day, we're competing against these awesome programs when really we should be partnering with them and funneling into them. So what our new business model is right on the mission statement on the cards in front of you, but essentially we connect kids in need to already existing programs in the community. It's leaner, it's meaner, it's a much more efficient business model. We still have PAL coaches. We have 25 officers and civilian employees peppered throughout all of the different sports organizations, anything from Swim Florida to gymnastics to Pop Warner football to Little League baseball and basketball. We're back in the schools now. We have 25 SROs scattered throughout all of the schools in the city of Cape Coral. So we're well represented. And when those PAL coaches sit on the board of Pop Warner or a head coach of a baseball team, they let people know, they let their kids know and the parents know, I'm a Cape Coral police officer, I'm a Police Athletic League coach, and they volunteer. I think last year we had over 20,000 hours of volunteer time just in one sports season. And it's a three-legged stool. The first is referral. If we encounter people, either parents or grandparents or kids themselves saying, I'm new in town or I've never played, I want to box. I don't think there's any boxing around here. Matter of fact, there's 2 successful gyms around here. If you want to box, I'll tell you where it is. I'll have you and your parents come meet the coach, Larry Willis. We'll get you there. That's number 1. Representation. After we get you there, after referral, we got representation. I told you we have 25 coaches peppered throughout. And we make no mistake, or we don't make any secret that we're police officers. We're proud of it. We want those kids to encounter us in a different light and have that kind of an impact in a relationship for them. And then the third is scholarship or sponsorship, because a lot of parents and kids have the desire, the ability, unworldly talent, they want to do it. And the only thing holding them back is an underprivileged status. And we don't want that. That's one thing that parallels with old school PAL. You give a child an opportunity to be a part of a team, to belong, to have something to lose, they're going to succeed. And if the only thing preventing them from that is financing, then we scholarship them in. We pay their fees, and beyond that, there's nothing worse than you want to play Pop Warner football, fine. We'll pay several $100s for you to play Pop Warner football. Great, have a good day, kid. And let's get as many as we can so we can tell everybody we have hundreds of kids in our program. We actually scale it down to about 10 to 15 a year right now, because we'll get you in, we're going to coach you. If you want to have the latest and greatest shoes like everybody else on the team, you don't want to be ostracized on your own team, we give you the equipment like everybody else. Everybody on Storms is wearing orange Under Armour gloves. but all I could do was afford to get in because I'm a scholarship kid. No. You got orange Under Armour gloves just like everybody else. You need a new bat, you got a new bat. You were in your brother's last year cleats, not a PAL kid. A PAL kid has Mike Trout cleats. So you fit in just like everybody else. And that's what we do. When a child is referred, they fill out an application, they provide a report card, and the child themselves writes an essay about what it means to play sports. We don't look for all angels as straight A kids. We want kids to succeed, but we also do reclamation projects as well. We have a good intermix there. And then the parent signs a release that I or Kobe or anybody else in the PAL program has the opportunity to go to the school, even take them out of class, mentor, counsel, check with the principal. How's he doing? How's she doing? This is a PAL kid. This is a lifelong bond. This is a very deep relationship. So instead of, like I said before, telling everybody else, kind of social media famous, we have 200 kids in our program, but I don't know any of their names. We have 20 kids in the program, and I know their mom's name, dad's name, sibling's name. I know what they got in science last year. All right? That's what we're trying to build here. And to show you that this is a legitimate program, are they here? Is Melody and Nicholas. I know you just got here and eating. If you could come up here for 1 second, just to prove to all these people I'm not a liar. This is a real PAL mom and a real PAL kid, and I'll give their story as they're coming up. Melody and Isaac, and Isaac's brother, came here from Pennsylvania? Delaware. It's deep. It's not the deepest relationship. But they came here and knows what we do here. And she says, what can I do? I got to get my son on the right track. And a little counterintuitive, usually if you're not making the grades, you're not going to play sports. We did the opposite in this case. He needs something. Get him in a sport. Matter of fact, baseball signups are right now. Get him in baseball. You want to play baseball? He's like, yeah, I want to do baseball. So she goes, that's great, but we just moved here. A little bit tough times right now. I don't know if I can do that. And Kevin says, why don't you call Tony Sizemore at the police department? They got the police athletic league. I think it might be what the doctor ordered. So I met these guys, absolutely the right fit. We got them in, we paid the fees to play at Cosa Saladino, got them outfitted like everybody else. And your breakfast is good? Melody and Isaac are a little bit more lifelike than our mannequins here. That's no. You guys weren't here before when this was a chore. But this is a representation of what we're talking about. Any donation that we give, we're a dollar in, dollar out charity. We don't have a light bill. We don't have a building. I don't have a secretary. We don't have paid employees. Our coaches aren't paid. If you give $100, $100 goes to the kids signing up for a sport. The various sports are represented by different money denominations. So I was going to use that, but I thought Isaac's a little bit better looking, so I brought him up. But this is a real deal. You give money for our charity, it goes to people like him, and you already see the success that we have. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to speak to you guys about our program. How we do it on time? I think I'm flying here. It's 7:55. We got plenty of time. We can actually walk around and joke and have a great time here. But now, what we're doing here, this is a fundraising event. I am asking that if you like what you heard today, if you'd like to help more kids like Isaac and more families like him, we need your help. There's information on the table. If you, some of you have brought checks today, I've been told. I'm very grateful for that. If you were prepared to write a check for us, we gladly take it. If you didn't bring a checkbook, you're not prepared, but you like what you hear and would like to do so, please get with me. You can even write the amount that you'd like, or on your business card, you can give it to me if you'd like to do that. We actually have a feature on our website, capecops.com/PAL, where you can donate online. Give it till tomorrow, because me and the bank are having a bit of a disagreement, and it's going to be worked out by tomorrow. All right. So I really appreciate the time, guys. Chris, am I missing anything, bud?
No, sir. You might want to ask for money one more time in case anybody didn't understand you.
Yeah, if you didn't hear me, this is a charity. We look for money. No, that's the most uncomfortable part. Public speaking isn't a big deal to me. Working with kids, knowing you guys all in a personal relationship is very dear to me, but asking for money is difficult. But when you put it in context of what it is, you're not helping me get a new car or anything. You're helping me help these children. And there are no administrative fees. This is a dollar in, dollar out charity, guys. I can't thank you enough. I'm sorry, man.